Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of Final Fantasy 13. Lightning is in a serious rush, but we're basically nearly at the top of the tower. So we just have to continue on our ascent of Tenjin Tower. We're slowly dismantling the the Falcie as we're climbing. And with one last merry-go-round, we're going to finally line up everything till we have a straight shot from this floor to the higher floor. And basically from the 6th floor we can get an internal lift all the way to the apex basically. So I see a treasure chest and we are going to just pick that up and then run to the elevator, make our way to the top, and if it wasn't really obvious, we're basically going to be fighting the Falcie, which will be pretty cool. It's been a nice little, I suppose, this feels like the Arc 2.0. It's just an area where there's lots of battles, in this case seat stones, and we're basically having to just fight our way from the bottom to the top. So what I will say is it's actually a little seat stone mission. There's like another switch a bit later on that kind of lines up the entire tower from apex to the ground floor. But for now, we have to just get to the 6th floor and meander our way up to the apex by taking this other internal lift to get there, unfortunately. But we get our handy bits and pieces. Get 7,000 for that fight, like, you know, nothing to snuff at. Nearly like 10k crystal points for like one fight. Granted, it's a pretty hard fight, but we make it all the way to the apex. And what I personally am really proud of myself is just the fact that since we've maxed out all our stats, we basically realistically get to this kind of mid, well, not really mid, I would say it's probably 3/4 of the way boss fight, and we do very well. We do very well in this fight, I have to be honest. As I say, just having a quick save and we get to the spire and I have a quick look and I say, okay, you know it's scary when lightning's like, Hope, do we really wanna go this way? Are we in the vibe for dealing with this tomfoolery, this craziness? But basically we're going to go with superiority. Like, superiority's there, and what we need to basically do then is make sure we have a tri-disaster as well. But we're going to start with superiority, just so that we can start off the fight with getting as many buffs on our party as possible.
Hey, look!
It's acting strange. He must be weak from
Here we
losing
have
his
the
tail.
Falcie Dark Grasp.
Yeah, that looks plenty feisty to me.
That's a dragon.
Let's just go with that, alright? Come on, we can do this. I'm not gonna back down.
Yes, Hope, we're not going to back down. Be brave. And with a quick Libra, we see that he's going to be attacking primarily with spells. So getting Shell on absolutely everybody. Really good. Getting a second Libra down, and then the Hope is going to be spamming Bravery and Faith, which we don't need to do because Lightning's already on that. So now it's time to just keep debuffing and let's skyrocket that stagger. Come on, Vanille, start landing, please. Now, what's handy with Dahaka, that's my best attempt, I can't do any better, is that he's weak to all of the magics, basically. So what is super handy there is that I swapped to Commando to try and slow the stagger, just so we can have the stagger gauge decrease that little bit slowly. Had to have a quick pause. IRL needs me to move, but getting back to it, we're going to get the stagger as high as we can up into the 800s. And now that we also have Hope as a commando, what's going to be super cool is basically getting Hope to use Ruin. We have him maxed out. What would have killed him in one stagger is if I had swapped over to Ruin, unfortunately. But look at that, completely milled that boss, and I'm like, what hit points does it even have left? Like 27,000, minuscule when we're doing like 4,000 a second. Over. Would have been done in one stagger if I had have gotten through to Commando with Hope. That damage bonus of 2 commandos would have been huge. But we win. No hassle. And now I'll stay quiet for the rest of this cutscene, but there be some drama because Oerba is not how we thought it would look.
He's saying thanks.
At last, we are free. We go now to hunt down evil where it hides.
So I guess that means there are still more monsters like that one out there.
Sounds like it. Somewhere out there on Grand Pulse.
Gone just like that. That big hunk of rock, that thing sure can move.
Guess they're just doing what they can too. Trying to save the world. Yeah, well, it's not all on them. Last time I checked, we are still in this fight.
Oerba's right down there then, isn't it?
Yep.
So what's it like?
Well, it's kind of small, but it's warm and green and very naturey.
Around the Falcie, it was flowers as far as you could see, huh?
View from here? Ain't so rosy, I'm sorry to say.
You want to wait here?
No. I need to see for myself. It's all gone.
Every trace of color. We're chasing shadows. This whole idea of losing our brands is hopeless.
There's gotta be a way.
Let's keep on looking. That's what we came here for. We all agreed, and now we're here.
You think it's really possible?
Sure. Anything is.
There's no going back. You don't think I know that?
Come on.
So we see up above, we have that little elevator kind of on wheels that we're going to be able to skedaddle over to Oerba. I just wanted to pick up 1 or 2 little treasure chests first before we go anywhere too crazy. But up we go and over to the elevator and hop on in.
Now that looks like an easier way to get where we're going.
Let's take it. Wouldn't want you to throw your back out climbing, old man.
You really are a charmer, aren't you?
So in the snowy wasteland, here we have Oerba, Fang and Vanille's home. I think the music is so beautiful for this area. Like, it just has such a kind of poignance, a kind of somber emptiness even in the orchestration. Like, it's really, really beautiful. And what it pulls is it pulls that evocative nature of like Final Fantasy X, which obviously if you're a fan of the channel, love me some Final Fantasy X. And what you'll notice here is, just like the walk into Zanarkand, like the battle music doesn't change, and we just get the somber Oerba music, you know, really powerful. And like, if you do want to grind, Oerba isn't a bad place to grind, and I suppose if you just want that musical difference, that you're not kind of listening to the same kind of battle theme all the time and want to just have that relaxed, chill out vibe, you can definitely grind in Oerba for just a bit of a different headspace. But yeah, the seats here are ancient and powerful. And when you even look at like the overlap as well, it's like you're going to Oerba, the city connected to like an ancient war, and like all the dead and the suffering souls are still there. Like all the overlap, like absolutely, you know, it's giving that whole, I suppose, Venn diagram of Final Fantasy X, and just the, like, crossing this horizon to just see then around this corner and just getting the ruins of the city. So powerful. And like the little windmill, like the kind of, you know, gives us that feeling of like renewable energy. They may be like, we're much more connected to like renewable power sources and things like that. And, you know, those things have again stood the test of time. In this ruined city, the kind of, you know, eternal power of like renewable energies standing the test of time. And like, for as much as we say, oh, like Pulse seems really out of touch and outdated, like this looks like today's world, while Cocoon is obviously the hyper futuristic. But like, again, it's like, oh, this seemed like ancient times past. Well, looking at what ancient times looked like, it looked very similar to how, you know, we lived in our days today with like motorways and just power lines, you know? And look how close Cocoon is in that backdrop now. Like the distance it was in like the Arctal Steep. And as you can see, we've accepted a Seedstone mission. But you see that big mass of red dots that populated? That's literally our mission mark being spawned in.
Which is your house?
But there's gonna just be this quick cutscene. That's gonna be the end of the episode.
They're all out.
So I'll talk to you guys next time.
Yep. Everyone in the village lived together.
One big happy family?
One heck of a lot of places to hang your hat.
get back.
Make my wish come true, let darkness slip aside, hiding all the hope, marking what we treasure.